And the other point, very interesting, there is, the first one is a little joke in France. When we integrate to Schengen zone, the political man from Brussels, you recognize him, he said to the people, douanier, I don't know douanier. Police border.
Yeah.
He said, we don't need you now anymore. So what we are doing with all these people, that was a very big problem, you know, in the west of Europe, and it is already a problem because we don't know what to do with all these people. Okay, and the other point, we have new landscape of frontiers. You don't know where is the frontier really in the small area, but in the street, in the road, we have not destroyed the old one, and now we have some vestige everywhere. Between Germany and France, a lot of vestige. Between Italy and so on, and Spain and so on, you imagine? And that vestige, it's absolutely empty now. If you go in Slovakia, you will see between Hungarian, Slovakian, Polish, Czech, and so on, such a building. We don't destroy them. Why we don't destroy them? Because it costs to destroy something, you know, and we have no budget to destroy all this building we have. It's a vestige of the frontiers, and we keep them. It is absolutely no useful. It is like the old station, you know, but the station we have sell them, and I don't know in 20 years what will happen with this such vestige. But that's another point, and perhaps some artists or some people like that will use to do something. Why not? It could be interesting. So I just finish because it's time, and to some idea about that. So we have to take care to the violence. It's Jacques Baudieu who explains that the frontier could be very violent, and there is a violence with the frontiers. We have to take care with that when we cut and when we refuse the others. That's the Schengen zone. And there is another point, very interesting, where if you see all the Eurobarometers from 2008 to now, there is a question: what do you think of the future enlargement of Europe? And if you analyze who answers the most yes, we want that the enlargement of Europe, it's always the country who are in the border of the Schengen zone. Spain and all the country from the Baltic country to here. Every time. In the center of European Union, people say, oh, we don't know, and so on. But here, the percentage of people who want new enlargement is higher. Why? One of the key of this problem, of this question, is that they are in the Schengen zone. They are in the frontier. They are in the fortress. And it's very difficult to accept to be there. Even for Polish people, for Baltic people, and so on, because you have a wall against you. You pass the wall, perhaps, but the people outside are not allowed to come. And that it is a complete transformation of the frontiers before, you know. And that's a very hard point. We have to think for the future. Because in the world, there is 2,000 and so on, 250 kilometers of boundaries for something like 200 countries. And each year, we have more frontiers. And each year, we have more and more walls. Between Transnistria and the rest of Moldavia, we can say, it could become a war very quickly. And that's another danger. That separate, you know. The real danger is not that these people want to be Russian. No, it is not. For me, it is not the real danger. The real danger is the war. Because if you accept the war, you accept the cutting of this part of the world. And we try to have something about altermondialisation and so on. It is quite interesting to have such evolution in the same time than the other one. So, The walls are not a solution. We know that, everybody. We don't want the walls, but we accept it because we have no choice, and we don't know how to do other things. That's a very big problem, and it's why, for me, the real danger is the transformation of the mental against that. I like this little cartoon of Plantu. He writes in Le Monde, and you have this family with a little suitcase who says the war, you know. That's the representation of our Europe in the world, and I don't think that it is very how say that, we are not satisfied with that. Okay, so here is the Mexique, another example, very interesting example, because you know people make tunnel everywhere to pass through, because if we have wall, we have police of the wall, and we have technique to try to get the wall. So that's the point. And now, in the rest of, even in Switzerland, it's why I put this one, because Switzerland is not European Union, as you know, but even in Switzerland, there is, ask these people, where is the frontier? Really, you know, that's the way. And this flag is another representation of this danger of frontiers and the wall and so on and so on. Okay, so it's time. Super. Thank you very much.
Do you have any questions? One question.
Maybe I want to ask one question. Later. Can I ask one question? I like ideas about the frontier, like utile to create identity. And my question is, in future, it's possible to create our identity where nobody show us, no, in symbolic way, the frontiers or boundary. It's possible?
I don't understand the question.
The question is that we are able to live without any symbolic frontiers in Europe. That because now it's frontiers like.
In political way.
Yes.
In political way, the frontier are linked with states, nations, and so on and so on. But in sociological, anthropological way, we have all our frontiers, all, because we have the identity is a process of the state at the same time. We change each of all our experience, change this process. We change. And sometimes I don't like, for example, the concept of strategy, identitary strategy, because it is not a strategy. We realize we have changed, but during the time we change, I'm not sure that we realize that we change. You understand what I mean? So, the frontiers of the state, nation, and so on are part of the process, but they are not the only one. We have a lot of limits, because we refer to the local, to Šipovici if you are from there, and so on, and so on, and so on. It is like a puzzle with a very complicated articulation, and only you know that. And sometimes we can suffer with this process. We don't know what we are. And there is a very interesting question. Why are we European, for example? And with my students, when I have this experience, I ask this question. Explain me why you consider you are European. That's a very, very strange question, because it's complicated to answer to this question. Because you can answer why you are Slovak. You are born here, okay. You speak Slovak, okay. And then?
You are accepted to be Slovak. In one moment of your life, you accepted to be.
Yeah, you accept to be, exactly. And to be European is to accept to be European before all, because there is no other point. And the problem of the frontier is the problem of the frontier. You have a lot of people with travel, with mobility, and so on, change their own frontiers. For example, you live in a country. For example, I lived 10 years in Russia myself, and je m'ennuie. Bored. Je m'ennuie.
Boring.
I am boring for Russia now because it's like a part of me, like in Slovakia, because I am still in Slovakia, so it's okay. And when I will live here, I live 4 years in Bulgaria, I'm sure that I will worried about that. That's normal, because you change yourself. And now, because a lot of people are mobile, the young people are mobile, for you, for the young people more than for the older, I think, it's banal. Banal, it's okay, banal in English? And Europe must be banal, not exceptional. More Europe will be banal, and the best way we will construct Europe. If you need exotism, go to Latin America, Asia, or I don't know where. But don't go to France if you need exotism. But you can.
Why?
You can need exotism because it's not exotism.
It could be.
Yes.
No, I don't realize that because it's a part of us. It's not far. And you will come back.
Sometimes it could be much more differences between Bulgaria and France than Bulgaria and Indonesia.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Sure.
But it's up to you. It's up to you. For another example, in Brest, I speak about Brest. In Brest, my colleague from Brest said, it's very difficult for us to, with our students, to incite the students to go away. Okay, but in Slovakia it is not like that. It is very difficult to choose the student who will have the grants because every student wants to go away. So, you know, for some people now, and in Central Europe is like that, more than in France, Europe is small in fact. It's a small space. You understand the space. You can have the representation easily of the space. But not for China. For China it's complicated. You have to go to try it's abstract. You understand what I mean? It's why I say that. It is not exotism because it's your space. Obviously, when you go there, you will be surprised by a lot of things, a lot of use, absolutely, you will be surprised. But it is not the same thing, the same way. Somebody wants, for example, there is a lot of French people now who go to Australia or New Zealand. Okay. And they said, we go there to learn English better than me, and so on and so on. Okay, okay. But they come back, you know. In fact, very few people stay outside of Europe. We have a lot of people, a lot of French people, go to in Europe, and they continue their life in Europe. It's very rare that they stay outside. We can constate that easily. A lot of journalists now said the situation in France is very bad, and so on and so on and so on, and young people go away. No, it's not true. It's not true. The young French people become mobile. That's not the same thing. They go 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, but after that they go in another country, and after that another country, and so on. And perhaps they come back in France, but it is their space. They use their space. They have the representation of their space at the beginning. That's the way of the European construction, in my opinion. And they continue to use it after. And their identity is not with broken, with suffering, with something like that, you know. It is not migrants. We are no more in the country of migrants. We are in the country of mobile people. And that's completely different. For example, I finish with that. When I go the first time in Slovakia in 2004, people, it was not the same situation at all that now. Now the young people in the university wanted to learn 2, 3, 4 languages, and they do their best themselves. They don't ask university to do that for them. No, they are completely. They know that they have to do that because it's a small country and so on and so on and so on. I hope that in Bulgaria it will happen like that, because it's a chance. And after that, you can understand easily the neighbors and so on and so on, and you finish not to understand that you are not in the same nationality and so on, because in fact it's okay, it's like that. And you will pass 2 years in Germany, 2 years in Austria, and I don't know where. The airport now in Sofia is a very interesting point for sociologists, because when I arrived here in 2010, it was not like that at all. Now It's full of Bulgarian people who go to work and will come back. All the week, all the weekend, and so on and so on. That's completely true. It's why to Vienna you have many fly, because a lot of people go to Vienna, to Munich, to Frankfurt, and so on and so on. That's the way. And it's completely a new situation for Bulgarian people, I think. And I hope that the young people will continue this evolution with this opening to the... it is not useful to learn Molière or Racine, or I don't know why. It is not the way. It is useful to understand. Okay, but if you don't want to make philology and so on, it is not useful to do that. For example, you speak four languages? Four. But she's not particular in Slovakia. In his group, it's all people are like that. It's a new topic, and I hope that French people come in this, but it is not so evident for French people, you know. They have difficulties, but that's the way to appreciate and to build our space, our common space, in this sense. It's to be citizen, in fact, for me. It's the poor definition of that, you know. It's why our frontier must change, and with Schengen zone, we have the chance now in France to try to have another representation of the frontiers, because our story with the century of centralism and so on, we have to discover Europe and not to ignore it. That's the best way we can do to make as you say, Radosveta, you have to discover that we have the common space. And if we do that, and if the teacher with the children and so on try to make them understand that, it's okay after. After it's affair of ideology, opinion, politics and so on. Never mind.
Thank you very much. This week we discover each other. We create maybe new boundaries, new limits, new frontiers, but at the same time we destroy the old ones.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much. And